Well, those were the headlines we've been tracking for you this evening on What's Brewing Today. AI infrastructure startup Flam has raised $14 million in its Series A round, led by RTP Global, with participation from Dovetail and other strategic investors. Now, with this capital, Flam aims to accelerate its mission of transforming how consumers engage with ads, retail environments, live broadcasts, and fan moments, all by making content and interfaces more immersive, interactive, and ROI-driven for brands. Joining me now to tell us more about this vision and what lies ahead is Shaurya Agarwal, the co-founder and CEO of Flam. Also with me is my colleague Arundhati. Shaurya, welcome to Startup Street. You claim to have built a full-stack enterprise suite of Gen AI-powered products aimed at reinventing brand audience engagement. Frictionless, appless, mixed reality experiences delivered in under 300 milliseconds. That's incredibly fast. Can you break down the tech infrastructure that makes this possible, and how are you achieving this level of speed and scale?
Hi, Shruti. Definitely. I think I'll quickly break down how this whole thing functions into three things. One is the creation. How do brands create mixed reality content? The second part is publishing, how they can just upload the assets on the platform, create a link or a QR code which can publish across multiple touch points, whether it's like print or television, retail, digital platforms like WhatsApp. And the third piece is accessibility, which is the AI infra that we talk about. Essentially, we power Flam across 99% devices without any app download, without any web browser requirement. And this happens extremely fast because we basically compress 3D content, heavy GLB files into streamable content, which can be rendered super fast. Even on a low internet, like 4 Mbps, we can render content and stream content within 300 milliseconds. So that's the breakdown of the infra for Flam.
All right. Hi, Shaurya. Arundhati just stepping in here. If you could sort of tell us how you're enabling these brands, broadcasters, and enterprises to sort of transform any touch point into interactive, measurable, and engaging experiences. You know, you have mentioned the Gen AI tool chain powering this. So what does the full stack suite look like, and how is it different from other offerings in the market?
See, there is no other offering which is enabling brands to publish mixed reality interactive content on the fly. Now, brands which are using Flam can enable hyper-real mixed reality content across print, across television, across broadcast, across retail through a QR code, through a Flam QR code, which is you can just scan it from your native phone camera and the experience just instantly starts to render on your phone. So you don't need any app on your phone. You do not need any special hardware. Literally every single phone camera, whether it's a low-end Android device or iPhone 16 Pro, across all devices, the phone camera becomes the point of entering into mixed reality. If it is digital platforms, whether it's app banners or websites or Instagram, everywhere we can just enable mixed reality through a link. So you click on the link and you enter into the experience. So for brands, I think this has been a game changer, because if the experience is so seamless and the entry barrier is almost zero, then you can just enable consumers to consume high fidelity 3D content instantly.
Okay. You know, Shaurya, from Google to Tanish to the US presidential elections, you worked with over 100 brands. What are some of the standout campaigns or results that showcase what your platform can deliver? And which sectors or use cases are currently gaining the most traction, you know, retail, live events, or broadcast?
I think let me talk about some high quality brands. Like Google, as all of us know, spends billions of dollars on mixed reality research, and they are doing incredible work. But the consumer layer, to actually have some tangible product which can enable end consumer to experience, I think that's what Flam has developed. So Google 9A, Pixel 9A launch recently was on Flam. US presidential elections used us extensively across direct mail marketing, television, broadcast, TV. IPL recently leveraged Flam fandom product, which is one of the most interesting products we have released recently, where anybody, you and I, can just create amazing content with celebrities, cricketing stars, all of these famous people. So all of these campaigns have been extremely popular. I think there are three critical metrics points which are relevant for brands. One is high engagement. Flam is a very high intent product. So when a user enters into the experience, they're spending a lot of time. First of all, a lot of users are entering into the funnel of experiencing content. And then the average watch time is almost 3x more than any kind of ad format today. And obviously, all of this leads to high ad recall, virality of the content, and eventually more conversions, more success for the brand. And
Right,
all of
and
this
you-
is sector agnostic, because this is just content. Like just like brands and enterprises use videos or images as content, now they are using mixed reality as content, right? So this is like sector agnostic. This is touch point agnostic across retail, live events, broadcast, everywhere. This can be leveraged. So there's no specific sector or there's no specific touch point, I should say.
So you're sector agnostic, but you are seeing up to 49 times higher engagement and 4 times better conversations, right? So what is driving this kind of performance? Is it purely the tech, the creative storytelling, or a combination of both?
It's always the combination. I think creative agencies, ad agencies, brands are too good at what they do. They understand how content, how campaigns should be designed. And obviously, Flam Infra offers that creativity, that storytelling skills in the best possible way, because it's so seamless, so easy to publish these campaigns. So it's always a mix of both.
All right, Shaurya, let's now quickly talk about your global ambitions. Flam is now expanding its global footprint with a strong presence planned across North America, Europe, the Middle East and Asia. What is your go-to-market and localization strategy for such a diverse and complex market?
I think if you see how last 12 months have been for us, we just introduced our product to the market like 12 months back. 100 plus brands have been using Flam across 10 plus geographies. 580 million plus users have already seen Flam content across multiple channels. All of this is possible because we are leveraging a lot of our product-led growth. Then we also leverage a lot of channel partnerships, whether it's like publishers, whether it's agencies. For example, in the Middle East market, we closely work with Khalij Times, Dar Al Khalij, Abu Dhabi Media Group. In India, we work with Bennett Coleman, multiple others, but like just giving some names to you. So all of these channel partnerships, distribution-led growth, product-led growth is helping us move fast. I think this is working very well for us, not just in India, but outside of India as well. So we will continue to double down on this strategy.
All right, Shaurya, we're completely out of time on the show, but thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all the best going forward with this journey.
Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, moving